Hello everybody, ScootFish here, and welcome back to Digimon Links. Welcome to your Roar of the Moonlight event guide. So this portion of the event is going on from the 26th of this month to the 3rd of next month. And you are going to be grinding for Mirage Gaogamon Burst Mode fragments. And only those fragments, so sorry to my viewer out there that skipped the last event, or any other viewers that did as well and are not able to grind for those along with the burst mode fragments in this. Now that's because it is a ranking event, as we discussed in the announcement of it all and everything like that, but there's some weird stuff going on with this one. Now, we did already know that when it comes to the extra points, we were going to also get extra points for burst mode of Ravemon and Shine Greymon, and then also Ravemon himself, and then, you know, node continue bonus, stuff like that. And there are the two different types of chips that are taking effect in this event, one being the status up chip and the other one being the points up chip that are available for this one. Status up was available in the exchange for anyone who missed out on that. The exchange and the other event, the previous event with Mirage Gaogamon, are still going on, so if you need to grind that for more fragments, or maybe that chip for a boost or something, you are still capable of doing so. I know it's harder right now, less people are doing it, stuff like that, so, you know, hit or miss, but it's there as an option. Another thing that is involved with the chips, while we're still talking about that, is that Ravemon Burst Mode and Ravemon actually get extra bonuses from the chips themselves when it comes to this event, so keep that in mind as well. Now on to the weird thing about this, exchange vouchers being part of the prizes. That's really strange. We haven't really had anything to do with exchange vouchers except for the, you know, beginning stuff and the booster packs, so this is kind of interesting that they're doing something involving them in prizes for an event. But really, it's just another exchange, you know, with an event. We have an exchange event going on essentially anyway. We have exchange events all the time. It's kind of like bites. So, you know, they're going to have a specific exchange for these vouchers that are involving Agumon and Gabumon with certain legacy skills. Pretty good legacy skills in my opinion as well. As you can see here, we're talking Ultra Poison and Drain attacks, and they are high tier that are available, except for Gabumon has a regular poison. For some reason there's an extra Gabumon that has just regular poison, so hopefully you don't get him. But this is a pretty high yielding event as far as things that we're capable of getting from it, because even Mirage Gaogamon Burst Mode, they explain, is going to be taking effect in the next event, and we all know what's coming up next should be the Zwart D Omegamon. That's got to be what they're talking about, and I'm pretty sure he's Abyss. I'll probably look into it and correct myself in editing if I'm wrong, but that's going to be huge, and if you are able to do something to increase your accuracy on your team with having burst mode, this is going to be a killer Digimon to have for that event. Speaking of events, let's get on to the rest of the guide for this one, considering we've covered all that. Now this is another Bright Digimon event, so you are going to be focusing on the weaknesses of Grass and Abyss, but mainly Abyss. Obviously easy, you're facing champions with those weaknesses. In normal, they throw Mirage Gaogamon Burst Mode in at the end with the same weaknesses, and it's easy peasy. And as always, hard mode is when it gets changed up and starts to get a little bit harder. Now Grass is the first thing that you lose, so Abyss is the thing that you're keeping throughout it. The weakness, sorry, not thing. And as always, hard mode is also when you start facing ultimates. Now he's still pretty darn easy peasy when it comes to this. I only have my Black War Greymon for an Abyss attacker, and I've still been able to pretty much coast on through and get most of this stuff done without having to spend stones too much, even at the hardest levels, the intense mode and stuff like that, so it's not too bad. Now in expert mode, you still got Abyss weakness that you can focus on, which is a plus, and he does start doing quite a bit more damage if he makes contact. And then in intense mode, you're facing Mirage Gaogamon and his burst mode, so you actually have two separate sets of weaknesses to focus on, whereas Mirage Gaogamon has what you've been facing as far as the harder weaknesses and resistances, and you can still focus on Abyss, but Mirage Gaogamon Burst Mode lacks the Abyss weakness, though you do still do neutral damage through Abyss and Grass this time around, rather than him having that Grass resistance. Keep in mind though that they are both intense mode difficulty. Like, you can tell that it's intense mode difficulty, and there are certain Digimon that are going to make this a lot more easy for you to get through it. A lot easier, a lot more easy with it. Forgive me, this forever illness is just like it's getting to my head. Anyway, the burst modes, Shine Greymon burst mode and Ravemon burst mode are obviously going to be a lot more beneficial when it comes to this. Ravemon burst mode is beast mode though. That thing does some damage and it also paralyzes. So he is awesome to have right now. If you guys were lucky enough to get him through the capture, that's great. I'm still actually trying whenever I get around 20 stones, because I did do the chip capture. I already have been trying to get him since I seen how much damage he did. So yeah, I'm missing out there too. Some other good Digimon for this event though are, of course, Beelzemon, Belphemon, Dynasmon, and Lilithmon because of their energy absorbing capabilities. But you're going to be looking for light resist on any of these guys, because if you do get hit by him, he will wreck you. That's the thing, is you kind of like can't but can hope for that luck of him not making contact, but I just would not recommend doing that. Like, try to play it smart. Go in to co-op and ask for help if you need to. There's plenty of players that are willing to help. You just gotta state it. I know, I need to do a co-op video. Give me time. Getting through a lot of stuff that I've got like ahead of what we're doing now. Trust me. Not just this game. Anyway, that about does it for this video. Make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share for more stuff and that other stuff I've been talking about there in future content if you haven't already. And I will catch y'all on the flip side. Peace!